Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. So still keeping the other videos and the trend of the other videos. Sorry I haven't been posting a lot. I will be getting back into the groove of things. So I will be posting at least 2 videos a week. One video being a full in-depth of movements that I think you should be doing or focusing on in your Olympic weightlifting. I might switch off and on to a 2-minute Tuesday video where it's a little bit kind of, I guess it's not as in-depth as a full 3 movement analysis or a 3 movement breakdown video. It's more of like a 1 movement, hey, let's improve this by doing this, right? So those videos will still continue happening. I did want to add a new video here where I wanted to break down my lifts. So I am still learning, right? I'm not perfect. I wish I was, however, I'm not. I'm still learning this sport just like a lot of my lifters here. What I want to do here is, again, at the very beginning of this clip, you saw a video of me. You saw a video of me making a lift, a 335-pound lift. A 345, excuse me. It wasn't pretty. It was a lift. But there's things that I could have improved on, right? However, I want to be kind of vulnerable here and show you things that I'm working on and what I could have done to make that lift a little bit better, okay? So this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try my best to do this once a week. It helps me as a coach see what athletes should be doing to be better. But not only that, I think it's a little bit, I think it's a part of the journey, right? To be able to expose yourself and be like, okay, this is actually what I should be doing, what I'm not doing, right? So kind of little feedback to any lifters out there. If you're not recording yourself, start recording yourself, right? Feeling is one thing, but seeing yourself move is another. It's very important as you progress in anything you do to be able to give yourself feedback and grow from that, right? Or you're going to stay stagnant. So, let's get into that video. You've already seen it. It was the lift that you saw at the opening video. Here on my iPad, I do have the video in front of me, and we'll go over and we'll watch it together, and I'll draw on things that I think I should do, right? So my knuckles are actually face down. So that's something that a lot of people, especially at the beginner level, do pretty poorly, right? So when you are pulling from the floor, from a snatch or a clean, knuckles down is kind of the #1 rule, right? Hook grip, that being said, knuckles down allows us to transition or rotate into that rack position the best, right? So knuckles down. As we continue lifting here, boom, nice set. Okay, so what I want to address here that I do really well, what I could be doing better, this spot here, honestly, something that I've been working on with my coach. Let me go ahead and draw here. So what's really good here is my feet is flat, okay? Keeping tension through the floor. Again, knuckles down. Another thing that I do really well here, especially in this video, still something I'm learning, is keeping my chest over the bar, okay? So that's a huge thing, is trying to maintain that chest over the bar as long as you can. What I do really well here is I am pushing my knees back. So you can see here my knees going back. That allows a straight bar path and allows me to use my legs. What I could do better here is continuing driving my feet back as that bar is coming up higher, right? You'll see here shortly that my knees actually start to come forward a little too early. So as we start here, you'll see right there coming a little too early. It's not horrible, but it does come up to a little bit too early. So right here is where that power position is, right? Again, keeping that chest over the bar is very key. Here you can't see it, but I do a really good job of that. My feet are also flat. Again, really good. It allows me to keep a good foundation on the floor, which then allows me to extend by driving my foot to the floor, okay? Now, I know it sounds like I'm doing a lot of good things. This is where it gets worse, right? So as I hit that power position, okay, really good extension there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What I do pretty bad here, and you can see, is my foot angle. Okay, it's kind of flat or kind of tilted down this way, right? I've been working on with my coach to make sure that I'm extending and lifting so that my foot is almost flat, right? So here you can see I'm a little bit on my toe, which then results into this part here where I land on my toes first, right? So again, me extending on my toe is not necessarily the bad thing, but as I leave the floor, my toes are face down, which naturally lands toe to heel, right? Again, not a very good supporting position, right? We want to make sure we are landing really good with a good flat foot so that we could push the floor very hard as we catch so that we can get into that really good rack position, right? So what I do well here is I am pulling the bar back, right? So there's the misconception that a lot of people teach up, right? What we want in weightlifting is we want that back, up and back, right? Monroe always during Saturday classes teaches you to pull back, pull back, pull back, right? So this is a good example of me pulling back. However, again, want to make sure that I don't land toe first, but I land with a flat foot first, right? So on to the next part of this lift. Okay. I get under the bar, again, toes first. Boom. So what I do horrible here. So what I do well, let's stop it right here. So this is actually very important. I do something really well here that most beginner weightlifters fail at, right? So I'm catching the bar, or I guess you can say I'm meeting the bar at the highest point of the lift, which is very important. So you can see here my hips, my knees, my foot are flat. I'm a little bit above parallel or maybe parallel, right? So I'm meeting the bar at the top. My goal here is to brace really hard, to really get into that rack position, and then I'm following that barbell down, which then in theory, if we work on this correctly, I could then really bounce from the bottom and come straight up, okay? Now, what I didn't do well, as we continue moving, I am catching with my fingertips, okay? So there's a problem when you catch with fingertips, right? And I've been addressing this a lot to my lifters because one, that's something that I'm improving on, and I understand the negative side of it. When you catch with the fingertips, you lose traction with the bar. The bar crashes, and it's very hard for us to bounce with the bar upwards, right? So you can see here in the lift, right, if I play it, boom, and then I'm stuck, right? So let's rewind that back a little bit. You can see I catch, I get buried because catch with the fingertips, the bar crashes, right? My rack here position is not horrible, right? I'm still a little bit slanted, but if I had that really good grip here, I would have been able to come out the first bounce rather than bouncing twice, right? So again, one big flaw here is that my fingertips. This is all, believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy when I say this, but a lot of this failure here, or I wouldn't say failure, but a lot of where I could be more optimal here is if I actually had a full grip on the bar, okay? So please, if you're a beginner, please focus on a full grip. It is going to make your lift 10 times better, right? I did post a video earlier on focusing on that. If you're having difficulties making sure you have a full grip on the bar, start front squatting with a full grip. That helps as well. And thrusters. Believe it or not, heavy thrusters, if you're not catching in the full grip, you're not going to be able to go overhead, right? So those are really two good movements to help address this, right? So let's speed this through. Boom. Okay, I come up. Okay, so much leg strength, right? Which I'm blessed okay? Now, what you see here is me re-racking, okay? Why do I have to re-rack? I have to re-rack because I caught in the fingertips, right? Again, gives me more opportunities to fail, right, than succeed if I catch with the fingertip, right? So again, we don't want to put you in a position where you're having the, I guess, more opportunities to fail, right? So why practice catching a fingertip? If fingertips doesn't help you catch the bounce, doesn't help a good rack position, and you have to re-rack at the top, all of those can potentially make you miss a lift, right? Again, very important to really focus on that full grip, okay? Lucky here, I actually was able to re-rack really well, okay? Again, what I do good here is, if you can see, this is a really good rack position, right? I have a really good full grip. I have a really good full grip, okay? Again, that really big trunk, okay? That really good rack position. Why do I not catch the barbell in this position? I don't know. I'm trying to work on it. But if I did, could have made this lift a lot easier. Feet's flat here. You can't really see it, but I'm bracing really hard in my stomach. My butt is literally squeezing as hard as I possibly can, okay? Now you'll see here as we continue lift, boom. This is key here. My knees, so I'm staying upright, which is extremely important when it comes to the jerk, right? We don't want to lean too much forward. We don't lean too much back. We want the bar direction to be straight. So as you watch here, I am dipping. My knees are going out. Feet, again, key thing here is feet are flat, okay? So as my feet are flat here, okay, good rack position. If you see from a second ago, okay, that dip, boom, look at that. My upper body does not move. I see a lot of beginner lifters will drop their elbow right before they jerk. You're just creating a further distance to the overhead position, right? So if I'm here and I'm dropping the elbow as I dip, that barbell is falling downwards, which then you have to fight the opposite direction, right? Again, working harder, not smarter, okay? Now, if you have to drop your elbows to get a better position so you can go straight overhead, do that before you start your dip. Please do not do it while you dip, okay? So I dip here, good strong grip on the bar, feet's flat. Let me see here, feet's flat, and then we dip, boom, strong extension, boom, get on my toes. Okay, what I want to show here, okay, a lot of people see there are some some opportunities, opportunities in the jerk. I do it a little bit here, but I want to show something that's kind of a little bit more obvious, right? People assume when it comes to the jerk that a lot of it is up, okay? When you're looking at the jerk, it makes sense, okay? Not gonna blame anyone, I get it, right? But when you start to lift, you understand it's not always up, it's how do I extend and how do I press under the bar, right? So here you can see the bar is not gonna go any higher than where it is now. My arms are not fully locked. It is bent, okay? So for this to be a lockout, I would need to drop, okay? So please understand when you do a jerk, it's a very explosive extension and then it's a press as you drop under into that lock, okay? Now what I do well here, and most lifters don't know, or most beginner lifters don't know, is that you actually land with your back foot slightly earlier than your front foot. And you can see in this part here that my front foot is landing as my back foot, my back foot is landing first as my front foot is landing, okay? That gives you the ability to drive that back foot and throw your head through, okay? So you'll see here, I'm dropping under, okay? Hopefully I shoot my head forward. Boom, good. Now, what I could do better here, see that toe, that back toe, is not straight, okay? You actually want the back toe to be tilted inward a little bit on that toe. Believe it or not, if you guys could do this with me here, if you turn your toe and you turn it in, you'll get all 5, let me make sure, all 5 toes gripping the floor so that you have full traction on the floor. If you turn your foot actually facing outwards, you'll have less, okay? It's important that you turn your foot in so that, one, you can engage your legs a little bit more, but then you can get full traction on the floor, right? So you can see here my toes are slightly out. It would be wise for me to turn my toe a little bit more, right? And then I proceed with finishing the lift. I bring my front foot back, boom, back foot forward, boom, stand straight, show that I have control, walk it, and drop it. Cool? That is it. I hope you guys enjoy this video, exposing myself a little bit, but I want you guys to see my journey when it comes to not only coaching, but as a lifter. So you'll see more of these. If you want me to do a video of your lifts and send it to you private, please just message me here. A lot of you guys follow me on Instagram. It's at coach_Kenta, and you can just DM me your videos, and I will, spend time watching them and drawing where I think you can improve on. It is helping me out as a coach, and I want to pay it forward. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you liked it, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up. It helps me out, and I will look forward to doing a video next week. So see ya.